Is it easy for you to make friends?
No, actually, it is not. It's very difficult because people mostly judge me for the way I look and not like what's inside. Even though I tell them, I'm like, it's not what's outside that matters, it's what's inside. And I get teased and just like annoyed constantly because of like how I am and stuff.
You get annoyed at how you are?
No, these two people in one of my classes just completely tried to annoy me and stuff. And just like the other day, one of them threw trash at me, kept calling my desk a trash can.
I'm sorry you have to experience that.
At least it's only for like an hour each day.
Are you able to remember that you are a good person while that's happening?
Yeah, sometimes. It just depends on like what they're saying and stuff, because sometimes if it's too powerful, it like completely shuts me down.
What's your opinion of yourself?
Sometimes I feel like I can be kind of annoying, just sometimes by the way I act.
Have you ever felt depressed?
I actually have, yes.
How would you explain what it feels like?
It's just like very upsetting and stuff like that, because it's like even if you have like friends encouraging you, it like doesn't really help that often as it normally does. Like sometimes you get like these negative thoughts in your head that just keep like pushing them down farther.
What's the toughest thing about making friends in person?
Probably just like showing them that I'm actually a normal person and not just like some freak or weirdo, like some that most people think I can be.
Do you feel like that's how other people perceive you?
Sometimes it can be. Yeah, it just like depends on like how I'm feeling. Like sometimes I just think that they like me, sometimes I think they don't, and just like it goes on and off sometimes.
I have to tell you that not once during this conversation have I thought you were annoying. I'm actually really enjoying this conversation. You're bringing me a lot of laughter. There's a lot of joking going on that people aren't even hearing. It's behind the scenes. What opinion do you hope others have of you?
I just hope that they see me as like a kind and caring person like I am, but just sometimes people call me like mean or annoying just because when I tell them to like stop being like annoying me or something, they just keep doing it. Or like if I just ignore them, like my mom tells me, they just call me annoying and think whatever I do is annoying.
If somebody at your school who isn't your friend yet wants to be your friend, what's the first thing they should do?
Probably just like come up and just like hire and just like start talking and stuff.
How often does that happen?
It's very rare.
When you have a tough day, does your mom help you?
Most of the time, yes.
How?
She just like helps doing everything she can to like help me like smile or something like that. It just like helps me.
What has the biggest challenge been that you witnessed her having?
Not having friends.
When you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, what do you think?
I'm like, okay, today's another day. Just keep it up. Just keep on going. You can do this. And just like believe in yourself that you can do this.
Why do you need that encouragement?
Just because it helps me like build up my confidence, and like it just helps me build my confidence mostly, and just so I don't think bad of myself like as bad as if I don't.
Well, I want to make it clear I haven't had anything but positive thoughts since you walked into the room. Does encouragement from others impact you?
Yes, it does. It helps me have better thoughts about myself even more than if I just do it myself. Like, it just helps me build it up like twice as much.
Do you often worry about how you're coming across?
Sometimes I can overthink and just think that like I'm like being too weird or too obnoxious or annoying. Even when I'm not, it just like overpowers it sometimes.
Is it okay if I ask you questions about your diagnosis?
Sure.
What is your diagnosis?
I have a rare disorder called Conradi-Hünermann syndrome. It's just a disability that affects the long bones of the body, but only on one side.
It is a form of dwarfism, and it affects the long bones of the body, so the femur, the humerus, and the spine. It affects the hair, the eyes, and the skin. Those are the main organs that it affects.
Do you ever feel self-conscious?
Extremely. Mostly about my hair and stuff, but my mom is getting me a wig that I can wear to school so I can cover up my hair, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
You mentioned that sometimes you feel self-conscious about your hair. I think it takes great strength to admit when you feel self-conscious. So you telling me that, I'm not thinking about your hair. I'm thinking about, she is strong. That is awesome. I wish more people could articulate what they're self-conscious about. And then also, if somebody does judge you based on something like that, that is an indicator about them. It shows who they are and absolutely speaks nothing of you.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that statement?
Yes, I actually do.
How would you explain what it feels like to be self-conscious?
It's just like very worrying because all you think of are like negative thoughts about yourself, like and stuff like that. Like if like with my hair and stuff, I don't really like it because I get stared at a lot due to the bald spots I have on the back of my head, and it just gets kind of like upsetting, dude, because like people are like laughing at you because of it. Not very like social like normally. But I can be, depending, sometimes.
What's your favorite thing to talk about when you meet somebody new?
Probably if we have certain things in common. If we have the same favorite show or something, or just like cosplay and stuff like that, we just talk about that sometimes.
I like cosplay.
Yeah.
How do you know I was joking?
You never even knew what it was.
If you were made queen of the world, what would be the first law you made?
Probably no more homework for schools.
What is this cosplaying thing you're into?
It's just like dressing up as like different characters and stuff, and like I make these like TikTok videos as like these characters.
I love cosplay. Every October 31st I do it.
Yeah, that's what Halloween cosplay is, like Halloween every day of the year.
How old are you?
I am 15 years old.
What's it like to be 15 these days?
It's very weird, and most people think I am like 10 or 11 or even younger. But I just correct them saying I'm 15 and it goes right along.
If there's a parent watching and they have a kid who sees you out in public and has questions, what do you want the parent to do?
Just to let them ask questions, because I'm willing to answer them, but sometimes just if it's like the first like few times, it's okay, but if it's like 10 times in one day, especially with the same question, it can get kind of annoying after a while. I get questions asked constantly about me, and even after a while it can get a bit annoying, but it's still really fun to just know people care and ask.
I've never met any of her friends. I just wish she would have more friends that are like up close and personal, things that she can go to the mall or do things like I did as a teenager, and she sits on her phone and that's her whole social life, and I really want her to go out and do things and experience more things. So that's the biggest challenge, is just seeing her have friends, and of course when she was little, all of her medical issues.
Yeah, that's the entire reason I spent most of my time on my phone, because I really couldn't do anything for a few years. All I could do was just sit on the couch and watch TV or something.
We've had a pretty in-depth conversation today. You shared a lot of your feelings, and I'm grateful you did. It took a lot of strength. Do you still want me to publish all of this information?
Sure.
Why do you want people to know your thoughts?
Because if we have stuff we want to, if we think about ourselves, we shouldn't hold it in unless we really want to. You shouldn't be afraid to tell others, how you're feeling and stuff. It's what's inside that counts, not what's on the outside. So you don't judge a book by its cover.
And honestly, I agree with what you said, but honestly, if I was to judge you by what's on the outside, I see your big, vibrant smile. And I would have a good judgment of you if I judged you on that too. You did a great job in this interview.
Thanks.
Do you feel like you did a great job?
Yeah.
You should.
Did better than I thought I would.
How did you think you would do?
I thought I just wouldn't be able to talk at all. I don't know. Honestly, I just was really nervous and scared.
Well, I think this experience should teach you that maybe you should have a higher opinion of yourself.
Yeah.
Because you actually did amazing, and I think once you actually sit down and watch this video when it's up on the internet, you're going to understand just how humorous, intelligent, articulate you are. I'm
probably going to sound a little bit different on camera than I do in real life, because I don't know why, but something about cameras change up my voice a little bit. I sound a little bit like deeper or something than I normally do.
You know my advice for you though? Just keep doing it, because at first it's kind of bothering, right?
Yeah.
You're like, well, that's what I sound like. After a while, you don't even think about it.
My life may seem interesting on the outside, but on the inside, I'm just a normal girl, just going to school, making friends, just stuff like that.